Good evening, I'm Anna Jabłońska and this is Poland Daily. Leaders of the European Union are meeting in Brussels for a two-day summit. The topics discussed include the chemical weapon attack on the British double agent Sergei Skripal, US trade tariffs and Brexit.
Szef rządu Mateusz Morawiecki, który wczoraj spotkał się m.in.
Prime Minister Mateusz Morawiecki used his meeting with the President of the European Commission to inform him about the new amendments made to the Polish judicial reform. The issue of the so-called violation of the rule of law by Poland is not officially on the summit's agenda, but was nevertheless discussed as the government of Poland attempts to ease tensions with Brussels.
Wczoraj jeszcze przed rozpoczęciem obrad poinformował szefa Komisji Europejskiej o zmianach w ustawach sądowych.
Dopiero najbliższe dni, najbliższe tygodnie.
The coming weeks will reveal how the European Commission will react to this act of good faith. I am sure that our side and the Commission will still have different views on the judicial reform, but I believe that we will be able to work out a compromise.
Takie szanse, które się pojawiają.
Przywódcy unijni dość długo spierali się wczoraj do późnych godzin wieczornych.
The leaders present at the summit worked hard and long on drafting a common statement concerning the nerve agent attack against Sergei Skripal in Great Britain. In the end, they agreed to a text which states that it's highly likely that Russia is behind the attack. It was also decided that the EU will call back its ambassador from Moscow. Around 10 EU member states are in the process of expelling Russian diplomats from their countries.
Polska wycofa swojego ambasadora z Moskwy.
Polska uważa taki atak za...
The Polish government is of the option that it was a heinous attack. During yesterday's 6-hour-long discussion about the common statement of the European Council, Poland was endorsing a coherent statement which will express our firm solidarity with Great Britain.
Unii Europejskiej w tej sprawie.
The Polish government is going to great lengths to reach a compromise with the European Commission regarding the Polish judicial reform. It remains to be seen whether the Commission is willing to improve its relations with Poland.
The Polish Parliament has announced adjustments to the judiciary reform bill so that it will comply with the suggestions made by the EU. The new changes will strip some power from the Minister of Justice in regards to the management of the court system. However, the ruling Law and Justice Party stands firm in its position that the judicial reform is necessary and that it does not deviate from the EU's judicial standards.
Proposed changes are calling for Minister of Justice to consult the Court Council and the National Council of the Judiciary before recalling the chief or vice chief of a court. Moreover, Poland complied to the EU suggestion that retirement age of both female and male judges should be now at 65, while other professions' retirement age differ according to sex. These changes are in the spirit of the European Commission's proposals and are also the result of public consultations. In addition to that, the 2-year-old judgments of the Constitutional Tribunal will be published. The Law and Justice Party representatives state that despite the publication, the judgments will not be valid. We are of the opinion that the reform of the judicial system must be a compromise and an agreement based on voices from the society. In addition, the dispute with the European Union over the reform of the judicial system is a political one and is not based on the merits, because many changes we proposed are designed exactly along the lines of the judicial systems in Western Europe.
The Ministry of National Defense has signed an offset agreement with the US RAYTHEON company for the purchase of the Patriot Missile Defense System. The transfer of technology is worth almost $1 billion zlotys, which is over $250 million, and will strengthen Poland's defense industry. As announced by the Polish Minister of National Defense, this is the final step towards the signing of the shipment of the Patriot system.
Została podpisana umowa offsetowa.
Today, the offset agreement has been signed. It is the introduction to the conclusion of the agreement for the purchase of the Patriot system. Like I said, I want the agreement to be signed by the end of this month. I will reveal the details as soon as it becomes reality. The offset agreement includes the production of the equipment used for the defense of Poland.
Oczywiście będę mówił wtedy, kiedy ona zostanie zawarta.
The Ministry of Defense will be buying the American Patriot system equipped with the integrated air and missile defense battle command system. Poland needs the Patriot system in order to be protected from the threat of Russian Iskander missiles. Furthermore, considering the fact that 2 American brigades are stationed in Polish territory, it is possible that Russia might target the American military installations.
Although this year's first storks arrived in Poland during the end of February, too few of these majestic birds have set foot in the country to declare the beginning of spring. The black and white bird with an unusual long red beak has for centuries been Poland's symbol of winter's departure.
The storks are on their way now. The main flow of the arrival birds is yet to come. It will probably happen whenever we get a longer period of warm weather, somewhere around the end of March and the beginning of April. Unfortunately, ornithologists have observed that there is less and less of these beautiful birds in Poland every year. Changes in the agriculture have led to decreased number of large meadows, which are the natural habitat of storks. Power poles are also a danger to storks, as that is where these birds like to build their nests. Power poles have become a favorite spot for storks' nests, because there are so many of them and they are of the right height. It is dangerous to storks and also to power lines. Energy companies will continuously work on moving nests from power poles to special brooding platforms, where the birds will be much safer. International stork population count is conducted once every 10 years. The last register like this took place in 2014. It showed that every 5th stork in the world is from Poland.
That's all for tonight. Thank you for watching Poland Daily, and please join us tomorrow. Good night.